Alright, standard 12.3, I can use the Pythagorean Theorem. Excuse me. So, first off, here's an example of the kind of triangle we're going to use. More on that later. Pythagorean Theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Real good idea to learn this real fast. You're going to need this for your standards or for your quiz. In this scenario, a and b are the shorter sides, also known as the legs, and c is this longest side up here, called the hypotenuse. You want to be able to get relatively close to spelling that right. All right, hypotenuse. Here's a disclaimer. This only works for right triangles. This is an example of a right triangle where the legs A and B meet at a 90-degree angle, okay? So that's when you can use this. Let's do some. So, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Let's go. So A's, let's say 12. So we're going to say 12 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. Okay. Let's go right ahead here and take out our C and plug in our letter here, X. So X squared, that takes care of that. So let's expand those. So now we're going to say 12 squared. We talked about this a couple days ago. That's 144. You could do 12 times 12 in your calculator. 5 squared, or 5 times 5 is 25. We're going to leave that as x squared. We add these together. 144 plus 125 gets 169 equals x squared. But we don't want to know x squared. We want to know x. So I'm going to go back in and find the square root of these two numbers. So the square root of 169 is 13, or, right, the square root of x squared is just x, right? The square root sign and the square take care of each other, leaves x. So here, x is equal to 13. All right, let's do another one. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A, let's say 5 squared plus, oh, look, x is our next one. X squared equals c squared. That's our always our hypotenuse. Here's our hypotenuse, 13. So let's say call that 13 squared. Let's expand. 5 squared, 25 plus x squared equals, oh, 13 squared, 169. That's just like the last one. We're going to use algebra to solve this. I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides. That's going to give me x squared equals, let's see, 9 minus 5, 4, 6 minus 2, 4, 1 minus nothing, 1, 144. And then we'll go back in and we're going to apply that square root to eliminate this. X squared, the square root of that would be x. Square root of 144 is 12. So in this case, x equals 12. Right? Alright, some more. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Easy. So far everything's been whole numbers. Let's see if that keeps to working here. So 8 squared, 8 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. There's our x. Alright. We're going to expand it. 8 squared, 64 plus 4 squared, 16 equals x squared. 64 plus 16, 4 plus 6 is 0, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, that makes 80 equals x squared. So we're going to go in, we're going to square root both of those. This side makes x, square root of 80, so let's see, 64 and 81, ooh, so this is neither one of them, so we're going to take this, we're going to do like we did to end the last lesson, we're going to take that, go over here, square root of 80. So 80, 2 and 40, 2 is prime. 2 and 20, 2 is prime. 2 and 10, 2 is prime. 2 and 5, 2 and 5 are both prime. And I'm going to write that out. Square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. Alright, we're going to go find pairs. There's a pair, there's a pair. We're going to take this 2, do 2 times 2, square root of 5. Ooh, sorry, let me fix that. 5. And then we know that 2 times 2 is 4. So we're going to have the square root of 5, we're going to take that back up here, and we're going to say 4 times the square root of 5 is our value of x. Alright, I know it's a little more complicated. Let's do one more. We have to implement that, okay? Let's space it out a little bit better, maybe. So let's do it again. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. 4 squared plus x squared equals 9 squared. Right? Here's one leg, here's the other leg, here's the hypotenuse, or c. So let's expand that. 16 plus x squared equals 81. I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. X squared equals 81, let's see, 11 minus 6 is 5, 7 minus 1 is 6, 65? Alright, x squared, so we do that, let's squared x squared, we have x equals 65, the square root of 65 is not a whole number, so we're going to do that again, so we're going to come over here and do 65. 5 times 13, oh, 5 and 13 are both prime, but there's no pairs, so we're going to leave that as the square root of 65 is our answer. Alright, so let's take a look here. Homework. We're going to do this a bunch. Write out everything you need to write, everything we wrote. If it makes a whole number, good. If it doesn't make a whole number, write it as the factor of the radical, right? Take out the stuff that doubles. Alright, we're going to do that on 12 questions, alright? Good luck.